Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus and welcome to Livestream Tuesday. We made it through Monday and I hope you had a great weekend as well. So hello everybody in the live chat room. I'm going to get you guys up on screen instantly because you join in so early. Thank you everyone for being such early birds in that live chat room. Let's see who we have in the house tonight. And we have Paul in there, Lynn, Laurie, Susan and Dennis and Carla and Ray's in the house as well. Paul, Patrick, Linda, Z, and Donna, Voodoo Mojo, Jennifer, Alexi, Jeannie. Hello guys, thank you for joining me tonight and also for just being in that live chat room and getting involved so early on. Quick shout out to the moderators who I just named going through there. We have Laurie and Carla in the house. Thank you guys so much for keeping everything in order in the live chat room. But thank you everyone from a moderation perspective. It is massively appreciated because Neil isn't in there yet, but you might see Neil pop up as well. He's our third moderator, but thank you guys for what you do. So let's get some things up on the screen. The first of which, I'm going to get my patrons' names up on screen because they make everything possible. A massive thank you to you guys. You know who you are, and their names go across the live streams on every single live stream on Tuesday and Saturday as well. So thank you so much for your support, and these people just make everything possible. They are the foundation of the channel and allow me to do analysis videos and these live streams and everything else on the channel. So thank you guys so much. They also do pop up in the super chat window as well, and let's get that up on screen because we already have a few names in there. So thank you guys for the early donations, and no prizes for guessing who's first. It's Orlando in there who donated $2 at 26 minutes past 7 this morning. So thank you for that, Orlando. And the message is, it is never too early to spike the likes with a double thumbs up. So thank you for that, Orlando. A great idea as well. I'm going to get the likes target up on screen and it should say 280. And I think it does from what I can see. That is quite a big target for a Tuesday night. But we're going to see. We'll see how we get on. We did manage to get there on Saturday. So thank you those people that tuned in on Saturday and hit that thumbs up. I know that on Tuesdays a lot more people are working and it's a lot more difficult to make it to a live stream. But we will see where we end up. And I'm not sure whether I'm going to be able to get the live likes up on screen because whenever I start the live stream, everything moves all over the place. We can just see that there's 98. I'm going to have to try and adjust this at some point when a video is playing. I don't know why it all moves around when we start the live stream. Hang on, I've got the box. I can drag it across like that and hopefully it's a little bit more centralized. There we go. And that was perfect timing. Over to 100 likes. And 102. So thank you guys so much for hitting that thumbs up, for spiking the likes as well. You can get your hands on the Spike the Like mug underneath this video, but every video that I do on YouTube, the analysis videos, everything, the live streams as well. I'm not sure if it shows up underneath the video on the live streams because I've never watched a live stream of myself while I'm live streaming, but I don't know. But if you want to find it, the Spike the Likes mug, you can head over to teespring.com, type in Wings of Pegasus, you'll find all of the merchandise there. And just while I'm talking about merchandise, I have on a t-shirt that was sent to me by not only Paul, but he sent me two. So thank you so much for this, Paul. Not only one t-shirt, I should say, but two t-shirts of Emmy Sunshine. So thank you for that. And I said that I'll wear it on the live stream. And Emmy was wearing a Wings of Pegasus t-shirt. And this was on one of her Facebook live streams. And I do have a picture from that. I'm going to attempt to get that up on screen. I should have the background that comes up first. There we go. And then we have Emmy here playing her ukulele, and you might be able to make out the Wings of Pegasus t-shirt that she has on. So thank you, Emmy, for wearing that, but also thank you, Paul, for sending me a couple of Emmy Sunshine shirts as well. And just to mention as well that if you haven't seen the analysis video that I did on Emmy, then check that out if you get a chance, because it's here on the channel somewhere. Just type in Emmy Sunshine and you'll be fine, you will find it. So a big thank you for sending me a couple of shirts. It is massively appreciated, and yes, it's something that is great when I do get any kind of merchandise or any fan mail. So thank you guys for sending me stuff. It is much appreciated, even though I always say you don't have to send me anything. It's absolutely fine. But thank you, Paul, for doing that. Anyway, let's get back into the super chat window, because we have had a few more donations. I just want to scroll up a little bit here, and Lisa donated $2, and this was at 6 p.m. tonight, so thank you for that, Lisa, getting in early as well. And the message is, at work tonight, dropped in to say hello with a thumbs up. So thank you for that, Lisa. And Jen has donated $5. Thank you so much for that, Jen. And the message is, for whatever, with a smiley face, and then looking good in that t-shirt with a fire, and then a smiley face or a shocked face or something like that. So thank you for that, Jen. That was donated at 2 minutes to midnight, so before the live stream went live. So I'm not sure which t-shirt you're talking about, but maybe you had a premonition about this t-shirt. So thank you for that, if that's what you meant going into the future and you've got those abilities. So thank you for that, Jen. And Stephen has donated $2. Thank you for this, Stephen. The message is, hello everyone. So hello, Stephen, and hello everyone in the chat room as well. Stephen's throwing you a big hello, so everyone can say hello back to Stephen in the live chat room. And Orlando has donated $2 again, and this is at 2 minutes past 12, so we were officially live at that point, as we were for Stephen's donation as well. So thank you for this, Orlando. It's $2 again. The message is, hey Philip, ready to rock with lots of rock horns. So thank you again for that, Orlando. And Rosie has donated $9.99. So thank you for that, Rosie. And the message is, thank you. So there's lots of thanks going on, because thank you guys just for joining me on this live stream, and for hitting the thumbs up and just being there for me to talk to during these live streams as well. Also, a huge shout out to you guys over on Patreon for answering my requests, so that I do have a few videos that I can play on these live streams. So that is much appreciated as well for that feedback. So thank you for that, Rosie. And we have King Nero in the house as well, who has donated $10. Thank you for that. And the message is, thanks for the Donna Summer analysis. In my opinion, there are disco era artists that were so much more than that, and Donna was one of those, as were the Bee Gees. So thank you for that, and I wholeheartedly agree with that assessment. There's some fantastic singers that just happen to be known for a particular genre, but they could sing absolutely anything, and very good examples there with Donna, but also the Bee Gees. So thank you for that, Paul. King Nero and Paul has donated $10. Thank you for this. And the message is, so happy to see Emmy wearing one of your shirts and you wearing one of Emmy's shirts I sent. Thanks again for bringing us to our happy place. And no problem, Paul. Thank you. I've already said lots of times, but thank you again for sending me the 2 shirts that you did, and also sending one to Emmy of mine as well. So thank you, Paul, for that donation as well. And Laura has just donated $10. Thank you for that, Laura. And the message is, Phil, wanted to let you know that the Wings of Pegasus supporters group is back. Over 300 members. Thank goodness. So that is great news. Thank you for that, Laura, for just keeping everything in order over there. Vince as well, and you guys over on the Wings of Pegasus supporters group on Facebook. What I might do is maybe set up a screen capture. If you aren't part of the supporters group over on Facebook, you can join up there, because that's where Vince hosts the after party, where the conversation continues after these live streams. If you want to head over there, then you can do. But it's great that we are back up to over 300 members, because we got to that point before, and then unfortunately we had a bit of a hacking thing that went on, and somebody got in and deleted all the members, and it's just a massive pain because then they changed the name of the group and then it couldn't be changed back for another month. So that is great news, and thank you everyone for becoming members of that group over there. If you do want to head over to that, just type in Wings of Pegasus supporters in the search bar on Facebook and you'll be able to find it. But I'll try and do a little screen capture later in this live stream so you guys know where to click, and you can access it through wingsofpegasus.com. You just need to go to the live stream section of the website, but I'll try and do a little screen capture of that later. But thank you for that, Laura, the donation, and the good news as well. And Lucy has donated $14.99. Thank you so much for this, Lucy. The message is, how do you feel, fellow wingers and new wingers? Not sure if this question was asked before, but what was the hardest instrument that you learned to play? With some rock horns, a heart and peace. So thank you for that, Lucy. And I'm not sure. The thing is about playing the guitar, because I've played it for so long, I think every guitarist forgets about how difficult it was when they first started playing, because it is a difficult instrument to just try and pick up and play, and nobody can ever just naturally play the guitar, whereas some people might naturally be able to sing and therefore might be seen as musical or have a natural ability. But guitar is one of those things that you can't just suddenly play a D chord without having that prior practice and knowledge of where to put your fingers. So it is something that every guitarist goes through. It's very difficult to start playing. I'd say that in terms of getting a note from the instrument, the guitar is very difficult because you have to push down a string. And I just reminded myself of, just thinking there, of pushing the string down onto the fretboard. I once had a student who came along and they wanted to obviously learn to play the guitar, but once I started teaching them, they never realized that the people that they're watching playing are pushing the string down. They thought you just moved your hand around across the strings and didn't apply pressure. They thought that's what playing guitar was. But then as soon as they realized you have to push the string down, it started to buzz, and then they realized it might be a little bit difficult for them to hold the string down. And yeah, they realized very early on it was a lot more difficult than they thought. And a lot of people, I think, do give up before trying to see it through and just maybe play for a few months to get that confidence on the fretboard, to also understand how much pressure is required to push down the strings, because everyone always starts out with too much pressure and they really hurt their fingers. But then after a while you get used to the pressure and you can just lighten up to the point where you're not too light as to get a buzz on the strings, but you're just heavy enough to get that perfect contact with the fretboard. But anyway, I'd say guitar, with keys, piano, when you're just getting a note to sound, you just press it and it comes out. So that's great. And exactly the same thing with drums. When you hit the snare, you get the sound of a snare. So very much the piano and drums, when you press it or you hit it, you make a noise. And with the guitar, that isn't always the case. You can push down the string, but it can still buzz, it can still sound nasty, and you can get other strings ringing out that you don't want to ring out. So I would, even though you'd probably expect me not to say it, I would say the guitar, especially starting out. But anyway, thank you so much for that donation, Lucy. And we have Sue in the house as well, who has donated $20. Thank you for that. The message is, you are amazing. So thank you for that, Sue, for the donation and just for joining me as well. Let me just throw in, for that instrument, if I class my vocal cords as an instrument, I would say that that is also probably joint with guitar, if not even more difficult. I know a lot of people don't class a voice as an instrument, but I definitely approach it that way, because I find that trying to get my vocal cords to do what I want them to, especially when I couldn't sing and then I was learning to sing, was definitely very difficult indeed and took a very long time. So I would also throw that in there, even though technically it's more of a part of your body rather than an instrument, but I would class those vocal cords as very difficult to get mastery of. But thank you so much for that question, and Sue for the donation afterwards, the $20. And Jeannie, I just want to make sure that I haven't missed anybody. Jeannie donated $5 as well. Thank you for this, Jeannie. And the message is, what's your favorite toast? Mine is health of the salmon to ye, a full heart, a long life, and a wet mouth, slante clink. Cheers. So thank you for that, Jeannie. And I definitely haven't said that. And in terms of my favorite toast, because I don't drink alcohol, I'm not really toasting all that much. I think everybody else does the toasts when they raise a glass, and then I just join in with whatever's been toasted. So I don't really have anything, because if I'm just holding up a glass or a Spike the Likes mug, it's not really a toast situation. So I'm going to have to maybe think of a favourite one, but currently, off the top of my head, I don't have one, unfortunately. But thank you, Jeannie, for sharing yours with us. And Debbie has donated $9.99. Thank you for this. But it is Scott. I've just seen the message says, Phil, this is Scott, Debbie's husband. Thanks for keeping her occupied for at least an hour, with some smiley faces. So thank you for that, Scott. And I am happy to help to maybe give you a little bit of free time just for an hour, but it is much appreciated, that donation. And maybe Scott will get busted if Debbie just bursts in and finds that message, and it is now in the super chat window, so he might get busted by Debbie. But anyway, thank you, Scott, for that. And Mary has donated $5. Thank you so much for that, Mary. The message is, hi Phil, can you clarify what you like best about Jimi Hendrix's playing? Do you think he ignores the timing sometimes? Been reading about him. So thank you for that, Mary, the donation and the question. I'd say pretty much a massive thing for me when I was playing or learning to play lead guitar and I was listening to Jimi Hendrix was his lack of rigidity with timing. He would just almost play totally to his own beat, and it wasn't even a beat. The phrasing was just so all over the place, and that's something that I definitely try to take on board with my own playing. But just generally, some of the lines that he threw together, having a background in jazz as well that he had so many different lines that he'd throw in there that you're not expecting, and that's certainly something that I enjoyed listening to. But also just his expression, his vibrato as well, and the way that he changed up his vibrato in order to slow it down and then speed it up depending on the song and the performance. So yeah, there are a lot of things about Jimi's playing that I liked, but he just looked really cool as well when he was on stage. So yeah, lots of things to admire from my perspective about Jimi Hendrix. But thank you, Mary, for that. And Orlando has donated $5. Thank you for this, Orlando. The message is, do you use any drink or substance to soothe your vocal cords? Tea, honey, etc. So thank you for that, Orlando, the donation again. So not really. I just have room temperature water most of the time, as I've always got within an arm's length. Here's a bottle filled with room temperature water, as well as some orange squash over to my right in the Spike the Likes mug, because that is a necessity on the live streams. But with having maybe a sore throat, if I've got a cold, if that happens, then I will have maybe honey and lemon. That is something that I have made before, and I find that that does help me personally. I'll also maybe drink one more cup of tea than I normally do, and I'll wait for the tea just to cool down a little bit, and I find that that helps and tends to soothe my throat rather than kind of helping with any vocal cord hoarseness. Because if I have a bad voice, and it's not necessarily a sore throat, but a hoarse voice from overdoing it, then I'll just have vocal rest, make sure I drink enough water, and maybe have some honey and lemon. And with that, I just have boiling water and add probably a teaspoon of honey, or maybe a little bit more than that, because honey is quite nice, so I like drinking it a lot. But maybe a tablespoon of lemon juice as well. Just put that in there, mix it up, and sweetness of the honey nullifies the bitterness of the lemon. So it's all good. It's actually quite a nice drink to have anyway, even if you don't have a sore throat. But it definitely helps, in my view, with all that kind of stuff, and it has helped me in the past. So thank you for that, Orlando. We are going to be jumping into the first video of the night. We're already at 153 likes, so thank you guys for that. I'm just going to adjust the box a little bit, move it over if I can, to try and get it a bit more centralized. So thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. We are going for 280 tonight, which is a very big target. So we need everybody in that live chat room to hit the thumbs up to have any chance of getting to the target for tonight's live stream, because this was a Saturday target, And this is a Tuesday live stream, as you already know, so we will see if we can make it there. It would be amazing if we could, but we might be relying on the catch-up crew in order to get us to that total. So let's jump into the first video of the night, and this is going to be the Don't Cry video featuring my sister, which over on Patreon seems to be now the video that is referred to as Don't Cry with Your Sister. So here we go. I hope you guys enjoy this, and I will be in the live chat room while this is playing, and I will see you guys after this. Rock.
Go around thinking of her 1,000 times when you think you see her face in the crowd. Now she's gone, no way of ever knowing.
And I'm just going to jump in here because my sister's not in that video. That was the lyric video version of it, and I'm now going to try and find the other video on the fly, and I've never done this before because I'm not sure if it's part of the software. I should have just let that one play on, but I am determined to try and find the original Don't Cry video, so maybe it's this one. Fingers crossed, we're going to see. And it wouldn't be a live stream if something, or if I didn't make a mistake. I'm always making mistakes on these live streams, but just trying to blag my way through it. So here we go. This is, hopefully, this could go wrong again, but we will see. It might be my sister in this one. I'll be in the live chat room again, and fingers crossed. Rock!
Go around thinking of her 1,000 times when you think you see her face in the crowd. Now she's gone, no way of ever knowing. Don't cry for me, don't cry, is what she'd say. Cry for me, don't cry.
And there we have it. That was the correct version of Don't Cry. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. We got there in the end. And we're going to have a little look into the Super Chat window because we have a bit of action in there. So thank you guys for all of these donations tonight. And I just want to make sure that I don't miss any. So I might have to do a little bit of a scroll up. And we had a donation from Linda Z, who has donated $5. Thank you for that, Linda. The message is, I love how you always try new things to improve your videos. How did you put up that little keyboard to show the notes Donna Summer was singing? So thank you for that, Linda. And I wish it was a case of just putting up the little keyboard. I had to get the image from, I think it was a word art image or something, so you don't have to worry about copyrights with that. And I then put it into my editing software. I then had to put a, what's it called? It's like a cropping image tool on top of it because it had lots of white around the outside. If you can imagine, the picture of the keyboard is a full picture of the keyboard, so it's like a big white bit of paper with a keyboard on it. And I had to use a masking tool in order to just mask over the keyboard so that you can see me on the background. And then I had to type in the letters with a separate title box in Final Cut Pro 10, and I had to do a new box for each letter and then move it around to where the... Anyway, to cut a long story short, it took me a lot longer than I thought it would, because in my head I thought, oh, I'll just show the keyboard there and label the notes. But then it took a lot longer to do that. But the good thing is I've done it once now, so all the stuff that I need, like the labels and the image, is now in Final Cut Pro 10, so I can access it in the future and it won't take as long. So it's going to take a little bit longer to organize it and get it on screen and do the whole cropping thing and make it look as good as possible. But so it did take me a little bit longer to do it, but that was the process that I went through. So thank you for that, Linda. And Kevin has donated $5. Thank you for this, Kevin. And the message is, Phil, with 113,000 views, does your sister know she is so liked? So thank you for that, Kevin. And I did tell her when it passed 100,000 views, but it seems like it's gone up 13,000 quite quickly, so I'm not sure that she's really keeping tabs on how high the number's getting, or even just watching it at all. But I'll try and keep her updated as to what's going on. But thank you for that, Kevin. And Orlando has donated $2 and says, you are allowed to be human, buddy, with a smiley face. So thank you for that. And that must be referencing when I messed up the video and clicked on the wrong thing. So thank you for that. Debbie is now in the house and has donated $9.99. Thank you for that, Debbie. The message is, hi Phil, I won't be outdone by Scott. Thank you for having these great live streams. They take me away for at least an hour with a smiley face. So thank you, Debbie, for that donation. And you must have just wrestled in order to get Scott off the computer, but thank you so much for that donation as well. Angela has donated $5. Thank you for that, Angela. The message is, looking good, Phil. So thank you for that. And it has been really hot here in the UK today, so the hair is just about surviving, and I put that down to the fact I've had a haircut last week, or I had a haircut last week, and it got severely layered, so a lot of hair was taken out. So when it gets really hot like today, I'm still just about getting away with the volume, whereas before it would have been massive by now. And I think there are probably a few videos, especially the live stream videos that I sometimes play, which we might be watching later. The version of We Can Fall Down, which was requested over on Patreon. I didn't have my undercut thing going on at that point, so I got these curly bits of hair at the side of my head that just exploded whenever I got hot. But now they have disappeared and there is no hair underneath this part of my head, so it stays flat. Anyway, talking about hair again, but thank you for that, Angela. And Vince has donated $10. Thank you for this, Vince. And the message is, Phil, Jennifer showed me the other day that in a Del Shannon video, one of the instrumentalists was credited with playing a 2x4. We couldn't figure out what that instrument would be. Any ideas? A 2x4. This is ringing a bell in the back of my head, but I'm not going to sit here. Imagine if I sat here in silence trying to pick this bit of information out of my brain. It wouldn't be a very entertaining live stream, but I'm going to have to think about this because it might be something that comes to me. Maybe I can try and rack my brains, but this is ringing a bell, but I can't get this bit of information at the moment, but I will think about it during the next video. So thank you for that, Vince and Jennifer as well. And I'm trying to think about it, but I can't remember. So I will try and look into this, look into my brain while the next video is playing. But thank you for that, Vince. And it's going to be something that's going to annoy me. But Karen is in the house as well and has donated $5. Thank you for that, Karen. The message is, hi Phil, your guitar lesson story reminded me of the good old I've got blusters. I almost said I've got blisters on my fingers days. Laugh out loud. Thanks for what you do and for being you, with a picture of a guitar. And that's Karen signing off. Thank you for that, Karen. And yes, this is it, that you will get blisters maybe to begin with playing guitar, learning to play the guitar, especially if you've got heavy gauge strings on there, whereas you want to start off as light as possible. Really, I always say on electric guitar 9s or even 8s if you want to go easy on your fingers, and apply the same thing on acoustic guitar. If you can start on 10s on acoustic, then that's probably a good move in order to give your fingers a bit of a chance. But thank you, Karen, for that. And Lynn has donated $50. Thank you so much for that, Lynn. It's much appreciated. A bit of a crazy donation there, but the message is, thanks for adding sparkle to our nights. And BB wants to know how old you were when you grew your long rocker hair. So thank you for that, Lynn and BB as well, because I started growing out my hair when I was 23, maybe 22, around that kind of age. So it took me roughly a year to get it to a length where then it could be layered into the style that I wanted it to be. Because when you start growing your hair, as you all know, because, well, unless you've never grown your hair out, but it all grows at the same length. So it means that all of the hair at the back of the head is going to be the same length as the fringe. So it all goes really, well, mine's really curly, so it just looked a bit rubbish. You go through such a rubbish phase when you're growing your hair, where probably after about 6 or 7 months, it just looks really weird and curly and rubbish. But then the longer it gets, the weight then kind of pulls it down a little bit. And yeah, it finally got to the stage that I wanted after about a year. And that's when I was about 23. And you probably won't believe this, but when I was at school, to save on haircuts, my mum used to just shave my head. We just had a shaver and that was it. So I just had a skinhead, as it's called here. Probably it's called that in USA as well, or in other places. But anyway, it means that you just shave your head and that was it. So it wasn't with like a shaver that you'd use on your face so that I looked bald. There was a little bit of hair there, but I just did that all over because it meant that we didn't have to spend money on haircuts and it was just a lot more convenient. So I started then growing it out at 23, but thank you for that. And I just want to scroll up to make sure I don't miss anything going on here, because Kevin has donated $5 again. Thank you for that, Kevin. The message is, Phil, how are you and your sister similar and different with some rock horns? So similar, I guess we both are into music quite a lot, so definitely similar in that respect. But I went down the avenue of properly getting into music, whereas she played a little bit of piano when she was younger and flute, but never got like seriously into music, as in just getting into it as a job or wanting to do it as a job or full time. So yeah, we're similar in our appreciation of music. In terms of other things, I'm trying to think. I quite like computer games, where she used to play when she was very young. I guess when we got our first Sega Mega Drive. Actually, we got a Sega Master System first. And before that, we got the game where you had a controller and you used to turn the circular knob that was on it and it rotated, and you had the two things on either side of the screen, and there was a ball and you had to stop it going past the line. So I'm showing my age here, but that's the first computer that we had. And at that point, computers were like these amazing things that just blew your mind, that you could be playing a game on a screen and it plugged into the TV. It was amazing. But anyway, then we upgraded to the Master System and she used to play that. Then the Mega Drive, I used to play that a lot more. She wasn't really playing that as much. And then I moved on to PlayStation and just kept on playing, where she then didn't really get into the gaming as much. She started to go out and was a lot more social. I think that's probably the main difference between my sister and I, is that she's a socialite and that she goes out and just likes to mingle all the time, and she's very much one of those extrovert kind of people. And I'd say I'm more introverted, with especially concentrating on doing a task and making sure I do it to the best of my ability, and sometimes getting a little bit obsessive compulsive about doing things and having to do things and always keeping myself busy. So yeah, people probably already know this about me on this channel, because I'm always making videos every single night, and every day I'm doing exactly the same thing, day in, day out, and I'm not really taking any time off or doing any socializing. But I don't think I really do a lot of socializing. If I had the option, I probably still wouldn't go out every night. I'd probably just stay in and watch a movie or work on something, maybe a song or an idea for a song, practice a bit of guitar, maybe play a computer game, watch a movie, that kind of stuff. I do like to go out occasionally, but yeah, for me, I think I'm more introverted than extrovert. But maybe then when I'm on stage, I'm more extrovert, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just a mix of the two, just a random mix. But anyway, thank you so much for that, Kevin. And Leanne has donated $5. Thank you for that, Leanne. The message is, hey Phil, I don't really want your t-shirts with a winky face. So thank you for that, Leanne. And that's a great opportunity to plug the t-shirts, which you can get at teespring.com, and just type in Wings of Pegasus. You'll be able to find it there. But thank you for that, Leanne. And Stephen has donated $2 as well. Thank you for that. And this is the guy saying cool. So again, Stephen, thank you for another donation. And let me make sure that I don't miss any here, because Fred has donated $5. Thank you for that, Fred. The message is, listening from the top of the Rocky Mountains at 11,200 feet on I-70 in Colorado. So thank you for that, Fred. That is a very interesting place to be watching the live stream from, and it's amazing that you can get the internet up there. And this is the great thing about modern day technology, you can get the internet pretty much anywhere. So thank you so much for tuning in. And where is everybody tuning in from tonight? Because it'd be interesting to know that we've got not only people in Europe, but also in the USA as well, including Colorado. And thank you so much for that, as well as Australia. So in Australia, I think in some places it's actually the morning, because that's what Mario says, and also Neil. So thank you guys for tuning in from Australia and all over the world. So thank you for that, Fred. And Vince has donated $10. So thank you so much for that. And the message is, Phil, one of the commenters to the video said it was percussion. The 2x4 player was a record producer, so I'm guessing he was actually playing a piece of wood as a joke for the LP liner notes. So if it was that, then a 2x4, I know what that is, because my mum does a lot of DIY. But I'm trying to think of if there's anything that is musical to do with that, and I don't know what it is setting off in the back of my mind, but we will find out if maybe it can't just be a 2x4. And interestingly, I'm just going to say something about my mum here, because she mentioned a story a while ago that when she was working at her school, a parent came in and said, oh, one of these parents has got one of these new 4x4s, and my mum thought that they meant a slightly larger piece of wood rather than a 2x4. It was a 4x4. But of course, so my mum said, oh yeah, I've seen those. But she didn't know that the person was referring to an actual car, and my mum fortunately didn't get exposed thinking a 4x4 was just a bigger version of a bit of 2x4, but she got away with that because then the person mentioned about being 4-wheel drive and just being an off-road vehicle, so she got away with that. So yeah, a little entertaining story from my mum for tonight's live stream. But thank you for that, Vince. And Joan has donated $4.99. Thank you for this, Joan. And the message is, Phil, I am a new Patreon, Alice1450. I've been lurking because everyone seems so tight in this group. I like all of your streams. Thank you. So thank you for that, Joan, and for becoming a patron as well, even though some people do call it a Patreon, but the site is called Patreon, and you are my patron, a patron of the arts, which is what used to happen way back when with Shakespeare as well. He was a guy that could only do what he did because of support from patrons. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to write or do what he did and make any money from it and do it full time. So a great example there of what you are, and thank you all of my patrons at the bottom of the screen, but also Joan. And if you are new to the live streams, it's something that you can just introduce yourself. Everyone is so down to earth here and friendly, and it's such a great community. So if you are new to the live streams, or even on the Facebook Wings of Pegasus supporters group, just introduce yourself, and it's all absolutely fine. There's nothing to fear in the live chat room. Everybody is in it just for the community feel. So just introduce yourself, and thank you, Joan, for getting involved over on Patreon as well. I'll just give a quick plug of Patreon because you can head over there if you want to. As I said, it is the foundation of the channel. It makes everything possible here. So all of the live streams for the future are just made possible because of the support that I get over on patreon.com/Wings of Pegasus, and all of the people at the bottom of the screen have jumped over there and really do make such a difference to everything that I do on YouTube. So thank you guys so much. Let's remove that link, and we've had another donation from Orlando, and this is for $2. Thank you for this. And the message is, you had peach fuzz hair. So thank you for that, Orlando. Maybe that's what it's called in other countries, but maybe it was, and we just call it a crew cut. I think that's another thing. Maybe a buzz cut as well, it might be referred to, or maybe I'm making that up. But thank you, Orlando, for that. Kathleen has donated $20. Thank you so much for that, Kathleen. The message is your hair naturally curly? If so, humidity just makes it go where it wants to go, everywhere wild. And yes, my hair is naturally curly, and you might be able to see these bits at the side, and probably better there on the white background. You can see it's starting to curl upwards, and that is just the curl that naturally happens. It is trying to escape from my face. You can also see another curl happening here, kind of comes down and curls around. So yeah, there's a bit of curling going on, but because of the length of it, I just about get away with it. If it was any shorter, the curls would probably go more vertically because there's not the weight to keep them down. But anyway, thank you for that, Kathleen. And Karen has donated $2. Thank you for this. Phil, you had me laugh with your hair talk with a smiley face. So thank you for that, Karen. And Paul, again, has donated $5. Thank you so much for that. The message is, I'm going to write a song called I Like to Spike the Likes, key of G. So thank you for that, Paul. And we'll be interested to see how that one comes along. Maybe you can let people in the Wings of Pegasus supporters group into the first airing of that song, but keeping it in G is nice and straightforward. Also, you get some great fill shapes in G. Loads of songs are in G for that particular reason, or capoed, so that you can just use G in different keys, or at least the shape of G. So thank you for that, Paul. And Laura has donated $100. So thank you so much for that, Laura. Massively appreciated. And I am just going to see if I can get rid of this thing in the way. There we go. So the message is, Phil, this donation is from my sister, Bird Walker. She wanted to ask if you would review Davey Steele, a Scottish guitarist, please put him on your list. Thanks so much. So thank you for that, Laura, and thank your sister for me as well. It's certainly a name that I can add to the list, and I will do after this live stream. So thank you for that donation. It is massively appreciated. And Rosie has donated $4.99. The message is, Phil, if you come to the Gulf Coast of Texas, the humidity will make your layered hair grow as big as mine. So thank you for that, Rosie. So maybe that is a place that I should try and avoid to keep my hair as small or as less volumized as possible, but we will see. I might get to the Gulf Coast of Texas at some point. You never know. Thank you for that, Rosie. And Deborah has just donated $4.99 as well. So thank you for that, Deborah. And the message is Taco Tuesday or Taco Tuesday? Taco or taco? It's probably taco, but then in the UK, we say our A's a lot longer than normal. So taco. But Taco Tuesday in our house in Texas, enjoying listening to the live stream while cooking dinner with a picture of a taco with some rock horns. So thank you for that, Deborah. I'm glad that you're enjoying the live stream. And let's have a quick check in to the likeometer. And it is at 210 likes. So thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. Maybe we can get a little spike of the likes at just gone 1:45 here in the UK. Where's the time gone? That is just crazy that it is almost 1 a.m. just 10 minutes to go. So if you can hit that thumbs up, it would be massively appreciated. We have 70 likes that we're looking for, 70 people in that live chat room. If you haven't used your thumbs up token, we'll see if we can use it now to get a spike of the likes, maybe get a little bit closer to 280, because it might be something that we have to rely on the catch-up crew who do such a great job in bumping up the likes after the live streams are finished. So a massive thank you to you guys in the catch-up crew. But we're looking at the live chat room squad at the moment. We're now up to 216. We're going to jump into the next video of the night, and this is a song, or at least a cover of a song of mine that was recovered or requested and recovered from quite a few weeks ago. We haven't heard this one in a while, I think, but is requested by Kevin and Lynn and Deborah and Teresa as well. So thank you guys for doing that over on Patreon. It's going to be my cover of Parisian Walkways. I hope you guys enjoy this. I'll be in the live chat room while this is playing, and I'll see you guys after. Rock.
I remember Paris, 49, the Champs-Élysées, Saint-Michel and old Beaujolais wine. And I recall that you were mine on those Parisian days. Looking back at the photographs, those summer days spent outside corner cafes,
And there we have it. That was my cover of Parisian Walkways. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Thank you for requesting that over on Patreon. And we did have a little bit of action in the super chat window while that was going on. And just thinking, I spent that video thinking about trying to see why the 2x4 actually rang a bell in my head, and I think it must be the audio interface, and that is it. That's the only reason when we're talking about a 2x4, which will be 4 outputs out the back of your interface and 2 inputs, and you can have a 4x4, and you can actually, that would confuse my mum even more, talking about a 4x4 audio interface, because now she knows that the 4x4 is a car, and then I can say a 4x4. Also, a 4x8 sometimes if you need lots of outputs out the back of your interface, but I think that's probably what was being triggered in my mind, but it's nothing to do with a 2x4 piece of wood. That is to do with audio interfaces. But anyway, just to try and clear that up, or maybe make it even more confusing. But thank you so much for the donations tonight in the super chat window. We are going to be jumping back into there because we've had a donation from Jeannie, who has donated $5. Thank you so much for this, Jeannie. And the message is, I absolutely love Parisian Walkways with 2 hearts, and maybe that's, it looks like it could be the Eiffel Tower, I'm not sure. It looks maybe like a Christmas tree as well, but anyway, I can't see the pictures because they're very small, but it continues, and yeah, that smoking riff, wow, fantastic. So thank you for that, Jeannie, and for the kind words as well. And Linda Z has donated $5. Thank you for that, Linda. The message is, we say taco or taco here in the USA the same way you do in the UK. So taco. Definitely not the other way, with a winky face. So thank you for clearing that up, Linda. And Ray is in the house and has donated $100. Thank you for that, Ray, and another crazy donation, but it is massively appreciated, and the message is cool, so thank you for that, Ray. And I have been meaning to send a message or email to Ray just to let her know that I uploaded some pictures to the folder for merchandise, all that kind of stuff, but I haven't got round to messaging you yet, so I'll probably do that after this live stream. But thank you for organising that all on the internet. And yeah, I've just added loads of pictures that aren't necessarily that organised, but I've managed to get files from my old laptop, which is a bit of a nightmare because the laptop's so old. I forgot that it overheated, and all my old pictures and photo shoots are on my old laptop, so it meant that as soon as I started to try and copy them onto a USB disk, the computer overheats and then it shuts down in 10 minutes. So I have to do it in 10-minute segments, and to get all of the information over is going to take 6 hours. So anyway, I've just got hold of the most important pictures, but this is just for Ray. But like I said, I'll probably email you after this just to sort everything out, or maybe it's okay now and you've probably already seen the folder that I've added anyway. So thank you for that, and thank you Michaeline as well, who is in the house and has donated $4.99. Thank you so much for that. And the message is, this song reminds me of El Gato's Europa. So thank you for that, Michaeline, and thank you everyone for these donations. Also, everyone just for joining me tonight as well. And let's just have a look in the live chat room and have a little shout out to everyone going on there. We have Ray in the house, who has just said, wonderful, I will organise them, with a smiley face. So thank you for that, Ray. And Carla's in there moderating, and they're going through too quickly. So Jennifer, Patrick, Corey, Calfolk, Seven, Laurie, Lucy, Leanne, Alexi, Teresa, Neil is in the house moderating as well. Thank you, Neil, for joining us and moderating. And Sue and Deborah and Diane to Gig and King Nero, Mary, Carl and Joy as well. And Paul is still in there. Thank you guys. And Egypt, which is a username that I don't think I've said before, but hello Egypt, thank you for joining us tonight. And we have Lila as well, and Barbara, so a few new names popping up there. So we will see where we are with the likes. We're at 239 so far, and we're just coming up to 1 a.m. here in the UK, so we will see if we can get a spike of the likes, because we're only 39 people away from hitting the target on a Tuesday. 280 on a Tuesday would just be crazy. If we could get it live, that would be amazing, because I know that last time we only just, well, technically we got to 275, but it was after we'd finished. I'd already finished the live stream, and then it happened after that. So we will see, fingers crossed. We've still got a little bit of time left, but we can try and rush in with those thumbs up. If you haven't hit that thumbs up already, it would be much appreciated if you could, because it helps this channel to get out there, but also the live stream to get out there just as a whole, as an entity, to maybe get more people into the live streams as well, and just build the community. So another thing I just want to mention, that just before I went live with the live stream, I did receive a message or a tweet over on Twitter, and that was from Jerry Lee Lewis III, and that is Jerry Lee Lewis's son, who saw the analysis video and has posted it on his Twitter. So thank you for doing that. And it's crazy that so many people watch the analysis videos, but also have these connections to family members of some of the artists that I have featured, especially somebody like Jerry Lee Lewis, who really did change so much in the music industry when he performed live. But thank you so much for that, Jerry, for doing a tweet about that video and for tagging me in it and all that kind of stuff. It is much appreciated, but it is really cool when that kind of thing happens. Also, just to mention that tomorrow, not that it's going to be a featured video or anything, I'm going to be hooking up with Michael, and this is Michael Palmisano. I think that hopefully I haven't just murdered his second name, but he's got a great channel on YouTube as well, and he's a guitarist and performer himself. He has a guitar course that you can get access to, and I'm just going to be talking with him tomorrow afternoon, just on a Google chat kind of thing, a Google meeting, just to talk about his channel and my channel and things for the future. So that should be really interesting as well. And just in order for me to keep things organized, because Michael seems like a guy who has just got everything organized really well on his channel, and it just is a really great channel to watch, and I kind of dip in and out of that. Obviously I'm really busy doing the things that I do on my channel, but I think the way that he runs his is really great to look at from a point of view of reaction videos that he does are the kind of reaction videos that I like, where they're a little bit more in depth about the music and they get into the guitar playing and point out a few things that musicians appreciate as well. So rather than just doing the reaction video where somebody will say that they really like it and just a like and subscribe and then that's it, and sometimes the video will be 4 minutes of the performance and then the reaction is 30 seconds or a minute, whereas with Michael's videos he really does put in a lot after the performance and kind of breaks it down and jumps into it, and that's what I enjoy to watch myself. So I'll be talking with Michael tomorrow, so looking forward to that. I'll report to you guys how it went on Patreon, because I can do that instantly every night, because the next live stream will be Saturday night, so I won't be able to address you guys instantly with what we talked about and all that kind of stuff, but I'll do that on Patreon, and yeah, we will see what happens. But thank you guys so much for tuning into this live stream tonight. We are at 253 now, 254, just as I said that with the likes. So we are almost getting towards our goal of 280 likes, because we need 26 more. Is that correct? My maths isn't my strong point, but if you could hit that thumbs up, it would be massively appreciated. We're going to jump into the super chat window because we have had another donation, and this is Carl, who has popped in there with a $5 donation. Thank you for that, Carl. The message is cross the pond /Philfest USA, whatever. Please stay safe and healthy all. So thank you for that, Carl. And yes, everybody stay safe and healthy. And I'm sure everyone echoes those sentiments back to you, Carl, as well. Just staying healthy is the most important thing. Wearing your masks is, if that's what your government is telling you to do. Keep the distances and just try and be as safe as possible. That's what we're all aiming for here with everything in the UK. I think the whole coronavirus thing was under control. It's maybe starting to get a little bit out of control because now we've been limited to just spending time with 6 people each, and then that is it. You're not allowed to go and see any more people than that, or at least have a group of 6 people. So yeah, we're being really strict here in the UK because there have been some spikes. So everybody just try and stay as safe as possible wherever you are. We are going to be jumping into the second to last video of the night. It's already 1:05, so we're going to see if we can continue without any gremlins, see if we can maybe get 19 more likes. That's what we're looking for. It's just popped over to 18, so maybe get a spike of the likes while this video is playing. It's going to be the live version of We Can Fall Down, so I hope you guys enjoy this one. And I did reference something about the live stream gig earlier in the live stream, but I can't remember what I referred to, but I refer to this as being whatever it was. So you'll have to rewind it and see what I was talking about. But here we go. This is the live version of We Can Fall Down. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you guys after. Rock! It was my hair that went really big at the sides, which I don't have anymore. Back into the video.
Try
And there we have it, and then it goes straight into Art Not Commerce. But that was We Can Fall Down. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It is available on my album called Persistence, which you can get at wingsofpegasus.com and /store if you want to get straight to the store section, but you'll be able to find it. And it's also available on iTunes and Amazon, but it's better for me if you go to my website, because then I don't have to pay a percentage to those other companies. So we are at 275 likes. Look at this. We are 5 people away from hitting the target tonight, which would be amazing to get on a Tuesday night, all the way up to 280. We will see if we can find 5 more people in that live chat room. But let's get the super chat up on screen, because something has happened over there. And Deborah has donated $4. Thank you for that, Deborah, again. And it's the guy with the drink of either summer fruit squash or wine or grape juice even. So thank you for that, Deborah. And Vince has donated $10. Thank you for that, Vince. And the message is, speaking of hair, did you ever have a mullet? Short in front and long in back. I don't know if you call it a mullet in the UK. A British friend didn't know what a mullet was except for the fish. And yes, I know what a mullet is, and I think when I've got a cap on, it looks like I have one, because when the hair at the sides is pushed to the side, it means that there's no hair underneath this bit of hair. It's like you can push it back. Can you see here? There's no hair underneath my hair. It's an undercut. So when I've got a hat on, it just looks like I've got a shaved head, because you can't see the hair on the top, and I've got a ponytail. So people probably think that I do have a mullet, because there is no hair underneath my hair, and that hair at the side is the hair that, yeah, got really big and outrageous, so I had to just chop it all off in order to keep it all under control. But anyway, it's been a bit of the hair the hair themed live stream, which used to always be the case, but I've never shown the undercut before, so a little exclusive on the live stream for tonight. But yeah, with a mullet, when I have a hat on, it probably looks like I have one, but I don't think people would call it a mullet when it's hanging down over the undercut that I have going on. And I think maybe some people might call it a mullet just because of the fringe being shorter at the front than the rest of it, but this is just how I have it, and it's how I want to have it. It always makes me laugh when people say, oh, get your hair cut. And then I say back to them, well, grow yours long. But then generally, it tends to be the case that they physically can't grow their hair long because they might not have a lot of hair left. So then they think everybody has to shave their head or cut it short because they can't grow theirs long. Everybody should just have the haircut that they want to have. It doesn't matter. Don't lose sleep over somebody else's haircut. It's totally irrelevant. Just let everybody express themselves how they want to, and the world will be a better place. Anyway, so thank you for that, Vince. And Deborah is in the house as well and has donated $4.99. Thank you for that, Deborah. The message is love the long curly hair with some hearts. So thank you for the kind words. I'm glad that you like it. Maybe not the undercut so much, but I think it would just get too big if I allowed that to grow out at the same rate as everything else, especially when it gets hot. That's when it just gets a little bit crazy. But anyway, it looks like we have just gone past 281 likes. So thank you, everyone. That is immense that we've managed to get over the target with that thumbs up. We can see if people still want to hear that thumbs up. We can just blitz the target and get somewhere even higher, because we're now 282, and this is amazing for a Tuesday live stream, because as I always say at the beginning of the live streams on Tuesday, I know that not as many people are watching because they're having to work and it is difficult to tune in. But thank you guys for making the commitment to come to these live streams on a Tuesday night and spending a bit of time with me, watching a few videos, listening to some music, talking about hair more often than not. but also just to catch up with you guys in a live setting is so nice to do, considering that I am in the comment section of the analysis videos all the time, but it's not a live interaction that I can get with you guys. So thank you for joining me on these live streams. We are going to be jumping into the final video of the night. It's almost 1:15 here in the morning, so I'm going to have to be calling it to a close relatively soon. We'll get through one more video, and this is going to be the live version, or at least the acoustic version of the live, and then me doing it live again with myself, backing up myself. I think I explained this at the beginning of the video, and I always forget that I've explained it at the beginning of the video, but this is my acoustic version of Amelia. I hope if I click on the right button. Thank you again, guys, for requesting this over on Patreon. I think this was Kevin that requested this, and I'll be in the live chat room as always. I'll see you after this. You can still hit that thumbs up. We'll see where we can get with these likes, 286 and counting. I'll see you guys after this. Rock. Alright, Phil here, Wings of Pegasus, and I had a little bit of spare time, so I thought I'd whip down an acoustic version of a track called Amelia, which will be on the album once it comes out. Now I've decided to sit on the squeakiest chair ever. Hopefully that won't affect it too much. Now the idea that I've got in my head is to play along like a version now, and then play along to that version afterwards, and then hopefully sort of sync it up somehow. But it should work. In my head, I think it's going to be fine. So let's see.
Imagine if I told you all the things that I never took the time to tell. Even if I told you, you wouldn't understand that you and I is lost forever. Under all this emptiness, each time I try to get inside, you're on my own, no time for talking. Amelia, Amelia, how could you leave me on this way? I knew I should have stayed away. Amelia, Amelia, there's nothing more left to say. It's time to go our separate ways. They say that time is a healer. I don't believe what they say. I'm broken anyway. Ever since we parted, all this pain has started. It's never ending. Under all this emptiness, each time I try to get inside, you're on my own, no time for talking. Amelia, Amelia, how could you lead me on this way? I knew I should have stayed away. Amelia, Amelia, there's nothing more left to say. It's time to go our separate ways. Don't tell me you love me when you're sorry. It's not enough. Ooh, no. Only this time I woke and broke and free. Amelia, Amelia, how could you lead me on this way? I knew I should have stayed away. Amelia, Amelia, there's nothing more left to say. It's time to go our separate ways. Amelia, Amelia, how could you lead me on this
and I'm going to cut off the video because at the end I just say cheers. So it's not a very good sign off to the video, but I hope you guys enjoyed that one. It was the acoustic version of Amelia. Again, you can get Amelia on my album called Persistence, but it's a little bit more involved, the whole album version of it, because I have strings and lots of stuff in there, like I did with Paris Nord as well. So it's a bit more of a fuller arrangement. So that's that acoustic stripped back version. So I am going to be calling this to a close very quickly, or at least imminently. I just want to get the whole super chat window up on screen as well, because Orlando donated $2. Thank you for that, Orlando. The message was, we spiked those likes, and you definitely did. There's lots of rock horns there, but thank you guys so much for spiking the likes in the first place, because we were up to 290, but now 293. So we have lots of thumbs up, and I'd like to say a massive hello to any new people who are joining the live streams. Welcome, and thank you for watching tonight, because I think before, when we get up to 275 and then 280, especially on a Tuesday, we're getting a few more people getting involved. So a massive hello and thank you for joining myself and the other wingers in the live chat room. And it's all about the community here on the channel. You can also get involved over on the Wings of Pegasus supporters group on Facebook. And I did say that I was going to try and do a little screen capture just in case you guys wanted to get involved over on Facebook, and I'm not sure whether this is going to work, if it's going to be okay. I'm going to have to go to my website first, so you're just going to have to bear with me while I type in my wingsofpegasus.com website, a chance to plug the website anyway. But when we get to the website, I'm going to see also if I can do a little screen capture of it. I might disappear, and if I do disappear, that is good. The likes have disappeared, but that doesn't matter because we're going to a screen capture. Let's see if this works. Okay, here we are. We are at wingsofpegasus.com, and you can see here live streams, a little section. Click on that. Then you've got this big picture here, Wings of Pegasus supporters group. Click on that and it will take you through to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group on Facebook. So this is the page. It's all a bit weird because of the way that it's organized, the page, but it'll all make sense when you go there. And as you can see, 302 members in there. So thank you guys for joining that supporters group. And Vince hosts the after party on that page, so you can click on that, click to join, and you can be part of the Wings of Pegasus supporters group. So let's try and get that off screen. Here we go, and we are back, or at least I am back. Can I get the likes back? There we go. 297 likes. Wow, that is a crazy number. Thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. And to be within 3 of 300, it looks like we might actually get 300. We need one more person, and I think I'm just going to stay online live streaming until we wait for one person. We're waiting for somebody else to join in. There it is, and there is the 300. Thank you guys so much. I mean, 302 now, so we've got a really late spike of the likes. It's already gone 20 past 1 here in the morning, but it was definitely worth holding on to get past 300 likes for this live stream. A crazy amount of likes, and it keeps on going up. So to even think of 304, 305 people watching the live streams, thank you everyone, because you're not allowed to do a thumbs up twice. So these are 305 people getting involved in the live stream. Thank you guys so much for that. We are going to be calling this to a close, but we still have the catch-up crew that can still hit the thumbs up as well. And it really does help these live streams to get out there, but for the channel to grow as a whole as well. So it is massively appreciated. Thank you guys so much for that. As always, thank you as well for your super chat donations. And for everybody supporting me over on Patreon, you know who you are. They do pop up in that super chat window as well. But it gives me so many options in order just to keep on doing videos every night, keep myself organized. And also, just help to build the channel in order to get more people involved, and especially on these live streams, to grow. And that is certainly what is happening on this Tuesday, to get to 370 likes. So we blitzed it. We've got 27 more than we were aiming for. Thank you everyone so much for this likes total. It is absolutely crazy, but it is much appreciated. We're going to be calling it to a close now, so thank you everybody for these donations, for keeping the community spirit in the live chat room. Moderators, as always, massive thank you to you guys. Let's just have a quick look into the live chat room, because we have Susan and Dennis still in there, and Karen and Susan, Carla and Jeannie, and it goes through too quickly. Christopher, Barbara, Elaine, Orlando, Diane to Gig, Alexi, Joy, and Susan, Dennis again, Hamish as well, and Ray still in there, Jeannie, Angela, Laurie, Linda, and now Voyager NE. So thank you, and Carla as well. Thank you everyone for joining me tonight. I'm going to be live streaming again on Saturday night as always, and Tuesday nights and Saturday nights I live stream, and then I do a video every other night, the analysis videos, where I am in the comment section of those on the analysis videos, and I check that all the time, so I will be looking out there for you guys. I'm on Patreon every night as well. I answer your messages over there, as well as on Facebook and all the other social media sites. So thank you everyone for joining me. I'll see you guys at the next live stream on Saturday, or the comment section of the analysis videos. Great job on the thumbs up, the likes. We're now at 310, which is crazy. Getting 30 over the target. We'll see if we can keep this momentum going on Saturday, but just thank you for joining me full stop on these live streams. It is massively appreciated, and I'll see you guys again on Saturday, and I'll see you with another analysis video tomorrow night. So everyone stay as safe as possible, and wear your masks and stay isolated. Keep your distance from other people. Everything that your government is saying, just follow that advice, and it's the safest way to be, certainly here in the UK at the moment. But stay safe, and I'll see you guys live again on Saturday. I hope if you can make it, it would be great to see you guys then as well. So I will catch you then. Rock!